Well, hello people. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Hasbi Alfarizi from SMA Negeri 1 Garut. So in these occasions, as a government side, I would like to bring up a debate topic about this house would abolish primary and middle school years that group children based on age and instead group them by competency and intelligence. So before moving on to the mechanism and the argument that I have, we have to know the definitions of what we're going to talk about. So I would like to address some main points that in this topic. There are four main points that I want to address. The first one is primary school. What is a primary school? Primary school is a school of majority of ages is from 5 to 9, or in Indonesia we familiarly know as sekolah dasar or SD. Second one is middle school. What is a middle school? Middle school is a school that majority of ages is from 12 to 15. And majority of us known as SMP or sekolah menengah pertama. Next is competency. What is a competency? Competency is the ability that they have that becomes behavior and naturally they have it. And next to the last point is intelligence. What is intelligence? Intelligence is a knowledge or informations that developed or learned through experience. So there are the main points that I want to address in this debate. And now moving on to the mechanisms of how it works. So before they got into the primary and middle school, they have to undergo a competency and knowledge-based test. Like an example for competency test is like a psychotest, and for a knowledge test is like test of subjects that they have learned in the past, like math, language, and etc. So with that, we know what the parameter and we know what the children's ability and knowledge. And the other reasons is because of this is a new system, it is better to implement it in a few educational institutions that is selected. So it makes a sample of it. And the test is a requirement for get into the primary and middle school. So the curriculum that is available in that school, it'll be still the same and we'll just have to adapt with the specified learning. So yeah, it's clear that the purpose of this system is of course based on the idea that to group the students based on competency and intelligence. So why we want to do that, of course, there are a few reasons that I want to argument it. Firstly, this system makes the learning more specified by the grouping of students based on their competencies and intelligence. It'll make a good learning environment. Example, we have a class that every student have the same competencies and intelligence. So what they've learned will get reached out and understandable for every student. And it'll makes easier for the teacher to give a lecture to the students because of that grouping. Teachers know how to explain and know the specific ways for giving a lecture to a certain class. And also it'll make a very, very balanced learning environment and competitive fields for every student. And there will be no labeling of who's the smartest and dumbest in a class. So, because of this system, all of them have the same capability and intelligence. And now, moving on to the second argument is that this system prevents a seniority because of ages. This system will automatically abolish age barrier between students. So that the bullying curse of age differences will unlikely to happen. And the positive things, besides making a good learning environmental, it will also make a good social environment between the students. In conclusions, we implement this in conclusions, we implement this system to give a competency and knowledge test to a primary and middle school students. That is what I've said before. So it'll be a good thing and a right thing to do for the better of our educationals. So we as a government, or me as a government, will stand for abolishing the grouping of students in primary and middle schools by age, and instead changing them to grouping based on competency and knowledge. Thank you.